First of all, I want to say I don't understand why Lionsgate hasn't put all of these 8 films to die for on sets like this, because it would just make life a whole lot easier if they did. This is the all 8 films on 2 discs. Does not look horrible. Sure, everything's kind of compressed, maybe a slight little bit, but it's not that bad. The only one of these movies I'm going to be talking about today, though, is From Within, which I hope that shows up pretty good there because I don't have a preview on my end to see what you're seeing on this camera. But my good buddy Corey told me it kind of was maybe I guess you could say an influence for It Follows, which I think is one of the greatest horror films of the past 10 years. He must not think so. But he thinks this movie was a huge inspiration for it, or maybe he's kind of ripped it off. I don't know how I would describe it. But the plot of this movie is you're kind of like in a small town, and you got this couple at the start of the movie, one of them being played by Bruce Willis's daughter, and her boyfriend kills himself. So when this happens, by one reason or another, you might want to go back and rewatch and make sure that it sets forth this little like evil spirit of suicide, I guess you could say, that just kind of goes back and forth and attaches itself to people. Like he died in front of her, so it attaches itself to her. This isn't really a spoiler because it's like the first part of the movie. Then she goes and she kills herself for a bunch of other people, and that spirit kind of jumps from one person to the other. So it's kind of like It Follows because you got this weird force just after you, and more times than not, if you've got this, it's going to find a way to kill you off. So nonetheless, our leading lady has to watch all of her friends pretty well, get knocked off and try to figure out what's going on. So she goes and she becomes friends with the brother of the guy from the start of the movie, and you see what maybe set stuff forth. And I thought it was really good. I've always liked these 8 films to die for, and I know they're kind of a mixed bag sometimes, but I thought that I've seen a lot of these, and this is a pretty solid season, if you want to call it season, or just edition, a year, whatever you want to say for them. From Within is probably something that deserves maybe a little bit more credit than it gets, because I kind of get that It Follows vibe from it, which it came way before It Follows. So if you love It Follows or you like It Follows, then maybe this is one worth checking out because it's kind of in that same neighborhood. I wouldn't mind a Blu-ray for it. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I wish it would, but it's creepy, and it's got some pretty clever moments in it. And the ending's kind of like, I think the ending kind of hurts it a little bit for me. But besides that, up to that point, I was right with it. So if you've not seen From Within, then by all means check it out. You can get it on this set. You can get it by itself for pretty well nothing these days because all these things are cheap. But maybe it's the best thing that happened that year. I mean, looking over it now, we got here. We got Butterfly Effect 3. We got Perkins. Was it Perkins 13? It not solid stuff. But if you want a winner for that year, it probably would be From Within. So if you've seen it, let me know what you think about it. Do you see the It Follows comparison? Do you agree with that or not? What other movies from this would you recommend me reviewing here? Just let me know below.